Hello YouTube, Drone FPV and Review here, back with another video. Today, I will be reviewing the JJRC H26D. First of all, this is what my quadcopter looks like. I got the white version, there's also a green version. And the most memorable thing about this quadcopter is that it actually has a gimbal. Now, this is a toy grade quadcopter, and for it to have a 80-degree rotation gimbal is quite rare for a toy quadcopter. Let's go over the features of this one. 2.4 gigahertz transmission, pretty standard. 4 channels, pitch, roll, yaw, and your throttle, 3D version, flips. It has a bunch of LED lights, 6-axis gyro for stabilization, CF mode, it means headless mode, and 1-press automatic return. It's pretty rare to see that on a toy-graded quadcopter, but I'm going to test it out and see if it works that well. So that's the box. Let's move on to the quadcopter itself. So this is the quadcopter. It's pretty big. As you can see, compare the size of my hand. And it has a few things that I would change and a few things that I would keep. One thing that I would keep is the foam hubcaps. These are extremely handy because if you crash, then there's no way you're going to damage the top of the propeller because it's foam. Another thing I would keep are these innovative landing legs. Now, most quadcopters just have plastic landing legs that don't screw on well and break, but this has little squishy foam tips here, and they're very protective for landing. The legs are plastic, but they're very secure, and the chances are they won't break. So those were the good things, and now moving on to the bad things. First of all, I'd like to say that the screwable battery cover is not a favorite because you always have to keep that screwdriver with you. So what I do is just don't screw it, just pop it in like that. It doesn't fall out unless you crash. And another thing that I would change about this quadcopter is the prop guards. Now, you might think these prop guards, they look fine, but this quadcopter, it's big and it's noticeably heavier in flight. And these prop guards probably wouldn't support it because they're pretty flimsy if it crashed into a wall, if you're flying near your house or something like that. So this is the gimbaled camera. This is just a lens cap on it, which plugs into 3 switches down there. That's the on-off switch. And this is a light to signify if you're on low charge or if it's connected, things like that. So that's the long short of the quadcopter itself. Again, it's very big, and this is the white version. You can also get a green version. Now onto the transmitter. This is the transmitter. It's actually pretty small compared to standard size, which is this. You can see this. That's a noticeable size difference, but thanks to these little grooves in the back here, which you can rest your fingers in, it's surprisingly comfortable and easy to hold. So this is controlling the gimbal up and down. This is controlling it left and right here. This, of course, to turn it on. You have all your telemetry here, everything like that. Battery of the controller, trim. You have your standard trim buttons here, pitch, roll, yaw stick, throttle. You have recording photo and video, doing flips or rates. And you have your headless mode button and your 1-press automatic return button. These don't do anything if you spin them. They're just loose spin buttons there. That's the controller. Now let's cover the battery. This is a 1200 milliamp JJRC 7.4 volt battery. It's a little bit smaller than standard quadcopter batteries around this size, which are about 2000 to 2200 milliamp. And it's pretty simple to put in. You just open that little cover there and you plop it in. You can connect these 2 black wires right there like that. and you just put the cover back on and you're good to go. Now, that's pretty much everything, but I'd also like to say they give you a couple spare props and a screwdriver to put it all in. And they also give you labeled bags with screws, which I don't have right now. Sorry about that. So they're very easy to find the screws for certain areas. And one more thing I'd like to say about this quadcopter was that it was a nightmare to assemble. If you can see very closely right there, there's a little screw right there on the propeller. Now, I have to individually put the gears on at the bottom and hold them and screw them at the same time, which was not fun. Also, it takes quite a while to put on the prop guards with huge strips of LED lights, but what I do like about them is you can choose to plug them in or not plug them in. So, overall, this is a really, really good quadcopter because it's cheaper than most ones on the market, actually. And to be honest, I think it's better. One of the things that determines that is that it has heat sinks in the motors to make sure they don't overheat. I've never seen that before in a toy grade drone. So after reviewing this drone, I've decided that it's one of the better toy grade ones from just all the advancements JJRC has made. From that camera, the landing legs, and those foam hubcaps. This is a great one, and I think you should buy it. So with that all said, this is Drone FPV in review. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.